getting a headache though. So I got a headache all of a sudden, but I don't know if I feel like I got a young male here, but I'm not sure yet. I know I keep having, like, my head hurts even more now. I don't know if head relates to any of you guys. It's like I have a young male, but I also have an older male as well. Which one, Tammy? The older male, or it's like there's two. It's like there's a grandfather figure, but then there's a younger male that's like got darker features. I don't know if that makes sense. For anybody. Would they be coming in together? The younger male feels like he has like darker features, so it's either like dark brown, black hair. Was the grandfather like, did he have like I don't know if this is like not a lot of hair and like a bigger, like he was a bigger, stockier person, or at least had a belly. I don't know if that makes sense. Well, if they're on the other side and you know them both, then they would come in together. Does that make sense? Everybody's related on the other side. Like, there is none of that over there. You know what I mean? There's no separation in that way. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna try to focus on the. Is there anything to do with the head with him, Tammy? I don't know if that's where my headache was coming from or not. Like, I keep getting like he's below you, so I don't know if this is someone like, is someone's son or was like his son, or there's just that feeling there. It doesn't have to be biological, or you might know the mom. I don't really know what this is. Oh, okay. That makes sense, because I wanted to put him below you, so that would make him like you said, like in a like son, nephew, cousin, anything like that. That would be younger. That makes sense. You know, if at any point like he was like into like, I feel like this might have been when he was younger, but like motorcycles or like athletic activities. I want to say like, I don't know if this is, I don't even know if I'm understanding this right. It feels like it's like motorcycles or something like that, or if he just liked them. Or cross or something like that. I don't know like who liked, I don't know if they liked it or rode. It could just be they liked it. I'm not really sure. I just keep hearing like motorcycles. I don't know. I'm getting like that. My head hurts really bad, but also right here, like my carotid or my neck for some reason. But my head, I don't know. But do you know if there's like anything with like this area? I don't. My head feels like there's some kind of blow with the head or something like that. I mean, because he's giving me like a splitting headache. Like, I'm having a hard time even kind of focusing on what I need to. But it's a snap of the fingers too. Like, something happened really quick. No, don't tell me yet. I'm gonna try to get it, but he's like making it hurt really hard, but it's like I get like a snap of the fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on, see if I can like bring him in more, because it's like he's not coming through as great, like great as I want him to, and I'm hoping like by bringing you on I can. Hey.
Hi.
All right. Can you just validate kind of what came? Why does my shoulder hurt? Can you like validate what came in and what makes sense? Maybe it'll help.
Yes, the young male, dark features, and the head.
Okay. Was it something that was like instant and like an impactive thing?
Yes.
Okay. Do you
Yes.
know if there was anything with his shoulder at any point? Because my shoulder just started hurting.
I don't know.
It's my left shoulder, so I don't know if it's like actually something that happened or it's like during that time or it's prior or something. Like,
yeah.
But my shoulder just started hurting. Like there's some kind of injury to my shoulder at some point on my left side, my left shoulder.
Yeah.
So. Oh, my neck does too. I feel like his head was hit, but did his whole body did something happen with his whole body? Because it's like he's giving me different pains in different areas besides just my head.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. We don't really know exactly what happened. We're not getting the whole truth.
Well, just hang on to everything and let me know if you find out.
Okay.
Because it's like hurting across the top of my back too. Like it's almost like his whole body was involved in some sort of split something, like something that happened really fast but was impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like something that was quick but tragic, but I realized the head was involved, but it's almost like the rest of my body hurt, or certain parts of my, like across my back, my shoulder, my neck, like all upper body is hurting.
Yeah.
So if he had an impact like that, because I keep getting like impact of some sort, so I don't know.
I
don't know
know.
yet. I'm not seeing what happened yet, but it just feels like there's some sort of tragic impact in some way.
I know once it happened, he fell to the ground. I don't know if that could be it.
Yeah. I mean, well, anytime that there's any kind of, usually if something tragic happens, yes, there's the head could be why he passed, but he might have, like if he fell, he might have like just made the rest of his body hurt. You know what I mean? Like it's all upper body, it's not lower. So it's like from the head to the shoulders is where I'm getting the pain at.
Yeah, okay.
And
we
don't know why.
If he passed right away or if he was alive for some time.
Would this happen at nighttime or something?
Yes. Yes.
Was he hit by something, or is it just I can't figure out what this is.
Do you want me to tell you what happened?
No, I want to try to get it.
Okay.
Right. I don't like when people tell me things.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be like, shit, I knew that, and I should have said it. Because I get the reference to like, it's dark and there's a sidewalk in front of his house. I'm not sure why he's showing me a sidewalk. I'm kind of
there's a sidewalk in front of the house.
I'm just wondering if he was like out there before.
He could have been. We've not gotten the whole story. The story changes a lot, so we don't really know.
I'm like second guessing it. I know what I'm saying, but I always do that to myself. I'll sit here and like question it in my head. I don't want to say it and be wrong.
Well, and there's so many unanswered questions too, and we don't get the whole truth, and we don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to try to get for you, but it's like it feels like this was very quick, very tragic. It was unexpected. There's
Mhm.
I want to say there's a gun involved.
Yes.
And that's what I'm questioning.
No, there was.
Okay. I'm wondering what the sidewalk is. I don't know if there was like if he was out there walking earlier, if he walked home, like did he walk places? Like what the hell is up with the sidewalk? I don't understand what this is.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if like he, some people like if he walked home that day from somewhere or if he was on the sidewalk earlier. I'm not really sure, but there's something that I can't let go of with the sidewalk that's making no sense to me. So I'm just gonna leave that because I don't
Okay.
understand it.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about like I get like hardships, like up and down hardships?
Yes.
Like depression too?
Mhm. Yes.
Depression, mental illness. All right. Was this his like would he take responsibility for this?
No.
Like by putting himself in a situation?
Well, yes, he put himself in the situation. Yes.
Okay. Because sometimes they confuse me with that. They'll take responsibility for putting himself in the situation, but then also it can mean something else. So sometimes they
Yes.
confuse me with that. If it's not one thing, it's usually the other. So
Yeah.
was he?
Because we're getting the other side, the other version, and it's not the
I
truth.
don't know. Like this is like so. I don't know why I'm like so confused. It's not coming in like clear. It's like kind of coming in bits and pieces, kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Which sometimes happens. Where does do you know if there was a confrontation? Where does the confrontation come in at?
There was a confrontation. Yes.
Is he involved with like some bad people or something like that? There's some kind of I don't know if this is just in his life, like he was, you know what I mean? Like sometimes
Mhm.
we attract bad people into our life.
Yes.
Um
He's a bad
it's
person.
right. It's almost
Yeah.
like
Very toxic.
this was someone he knew though.
Yes.
Did he have a roommate at the time or was there someone else living there or staying there?
Living there.
Okay, cuz I heard roommate. And then where does the female come in at?
It was the female.
That was the roommate or that did this?
Both.
Okay. It's starting to make sense now.
Yeah. Yeah, both.
Cuz I kept wanting to say female. I was like, um but he's literally said roommate.
Yeah.
So he's calling her out by roommate.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this is making sense now. Cuz I was getting a female energy and I was questioning that. Cuz that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
This she's got issues though. It's like
Big time.
I don't know, it's like bipolar or
Something.
something of that sort.
Yes.
I don't even think like was this like his gun or it
Yes.
doesn't feel like it's hers. It
No,
feels
it's
like
his.
it's his.
Yes.
And her story was she self-defense.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um I'm trying to see what the confrontation was over because it's where's the drugs come in at, or like the substances? There's some kind of, I don't know if that's her or him, or there's like an argument over something, or they were under the influence, or it's some kind of substances. I don't know.
There was an argument, and she's into drugs.
Okay, so she's the one that's in the
Yes.
drugs. Okay, but why I feel like this delusional thing, like maybe she thought something was happening that wasn't happening.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, I think you stole from me, or I think you did something to me that you really didn't do. Okay. So, all right, this is I'm kind of getting this now. Quit questioning everything. Maybe things will just flow, Rachelle. Quit questioning. I do that all the time. I'm afraid to say stuff because I don't want to be like wrong.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I keep getting a reference to like he wasn't there earlier in the day or something. I know that's bugging me. Like,
I think he was at work earlier in the day.
Okay.
He worked and she didn't.
Okay. I wonder if like at any point like he would go outside and like pace on the sidewalk or something. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
Because that's what I keep getting, like him walking back and forth on this sidewalk.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, she was more than a roommate though. Were they like involved in some way?
Yes, it was his girlfriend.
Okay. So girlfriend, roommate, but he's not calling her girlfriend right now. He's calling her roommate.
No.
So,
and
it's almost like this back and forth like relationship, right? Like they're together, they're not together, together, they're not together. Like,
exactly. Yes.
And this is where the toxicity comes in at. Because she was like totally unstable. Did she like get away with this?
It's been 5 years and she still has not gone to trial.
Oh, you're the 5.
Yeah.
You're the 5 years. Okay.
Oh,
I hate when they come in early like that and confuse the fuck out of me. Okay. Because I was getting reference to 5 years. So you're the 5 years. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That makes sense.
Goosebumps.
It's almost like whatever her story is it's convincing, but it's like she's claiming self-defense, like he attacked her and I'm just wondering if there was some kind of altercation first, and that's why my body, like the top of my body hurts.
Yes.
So like they got into like a physical fight, and that's why all this is hurting up here. Okay.
She attacked him.
That makes more sense now, because I'm wondering if like she hurt his shoulder or because it's all upper body. So that makes sense now. Okay. Yeah. You know what this reminds me of, and I only seen part of that. Like, I don't even know the whole story of this case, but they're referencing the case. And you might know the case, but I don't even know the whole story. There's a case going on right now about this girl that used to beat up her boyfriend. I guess he was black and she was white, and she ended up killing him. And like they just put out a video of like her abusing him. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like I'm getting a reference to that. And that girl I think she was on drugs, and she was also very like unstable. And like so she's actually in court for that, and they just released like a video of like how she would treat him. So that's interesting that they're using that, because it's almost like, not saying that there's video evidence of it, but they're showing me like how it really was.
Yes.
But I feel like too, like sometimes like he would get irritated. It's not to say like he didn't ever lash out, or like it's almost like they played off of one another. So, you know, you say something to me, I say something to you, and it would kind of get explosive. Like like he's not saying he's innocent in the situation in that way. Like it's almost like how they knew how to push each other's buttons. Or he would say something like to get onto her, but there's some kind of delusional thing here I don't know if it's almost like he's saying like I was gonna kick her out, I was gonna leave her,
Yes.
and it was like she wasn't gonna have that. Like that's the way that it's coming across.
Yes.
So
he had
go
told
ahead.
his mom that he had told his mom that he was done, but he was staying for the kids. But he didn't want anything to do with her because she
That
was
makes
crazy.
sense.
She's crazy.
So they have kids together too. They
Yep.
have 2 kids?
Yes.
Okay, because there's a reference to two children.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but it was almost like he was kicking her out or he was leaving or something, and that's when she kind of went irate. Like, if I can't have you, no one else can. Like that kind of psycho crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I don't know if she was even sober at the time, but
Yeah, I don't know.
did she go to jail for this at all?
No, not yet. They keep postponing court. Every time they go to court, she gets it postponed.
But I mean, that's about right. I think mine's not even the same situation, but it's been 6 years. Like it was like 3 or 4 years, 5 years in court. And mine's a civil thing. There's a reference to next year though. I think it's almost like her lawyer is saying he's gonna try like plead insanity or something like that. Or something similar. There's some kind of she didn't know what she was doing thing behind it that they might try. I don't know if they're gonna get away with it. Because there's some things she did after the fact that would make her seem like she knew what she was doing. So I don't know what she did after the fact, but it's almost like I did this, but I did something after the fact to kind of cover my tracks or cover things up or make it seem like something it wasn't. That makes her that's not gonna work, but it's not like they're not gonna try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that might be like what they're trying to come up with, but so I didn't expect this to be a case.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't expect this to come up.
I definitely didn't. And he's more like just going through like what happened and stuff. Because I do see her there. I mean, they're showing me her in jail, so I think she could go to jail for this
I hope
when
so.
everything comes out, all the evidence and everything. Like, I feel like there's a case here.
Good.
Because I think she's gonna try to say there's a reference to like claiming like domestic violence here of her saying like this was I protected myself from him and he was abusing me. But I don't think there's really any evidence of that.
No.
Like it doesn't come across like there's any court things or like it's almost like it's the other way around.
Yes. Yes. She abused him.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting the reference to the other case because I think that girl tried to claim the same thing, but then there's video evidence of it being the other way around. So that's I think what they're trying to show me is that like she was abusing him, but she's gonna try to say it was self-defense. But I don't think there's any prior evidence of like domestic violence pictures, things being like people being called. Like there's no proof of that. But she's gonna try to use that claim. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
He's making my head hurt a lot now. Did she try to like cover it up after the fact or something like that? Because I just heard cover up after the fact. So that's why she's not going to get the insanity plea because she did something after.
Yeah, she did.
She tried to make it seem like he did it or
yes, she said he did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might be why I was kind of getting that a little bit of a suicide vibe because but he takes responsibility for staying with her and being with her in the first place. But it's almost like that's why I was getting it because like that's what she's claiming.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because
But
we
there's
got called that he committed suicide, and that's what we thought. And then we found out later
that's
that
because that's what she called and told 911.
yes, but she didn't call 911 right away. It was several hours
Yeah,
before
I
she
was gonna
called.
say there's something that happened because
Yeah.
she was freaking out and trying to figure out what to do. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
trying to come up with a plan. And I think she cleaned stuff up, changed stuff, did things to make it look a certain way. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you make a decision and then all of a sudden you've got to make it look like something else happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's coming across. Like
Yes.
she did this in a it's weird. It's like they're fighting and then she just grabs a gun and does it.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was like there and she knew where it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like in a nightstand or somewhere that was like readily available where like she just grabbed it and did it. But before that they were like in like a physical altercation, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
he was more trying to um he wasn't trying to hurt her, he was trying to like restrain her. That's what I'm
Yes.
getting. Like he was trying to restrain her. Did this happen in the bedroom or I don't know if it started in the bedroom or there's something about the bedroom here.
We don't know. We don't know because all we've got is her version, and it changes all the time. So we don't know.
It's like that's where I get the gun from. Because I keep wanting to take it out of like his nightstand. Like I don't know if he had like a nightstand or something like that. It's like um that's where I want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I don't know if she ran up there and got it and came back down. There's something about the weapon being like in a bedroom, in their bedroom, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, because I keep going to the bedroom, and it might have started in there because I keep seeing the bed. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it might have went to other areas in the house, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, the living room / kitchen area. Does that kind of like run into like the living room, go into the kitchen,
I don't
kind
know.
of?
We've never been over to his house. The house. Oh, my cat's over here.
She doesn't have the kids, right? Or does she?
She, her mom's got custody of the kids right now.
Okay, because I was gonna say a
But
grandparent does, but
yeah.
I really think she's gonna do jail time for this because there's
Oh.
evidence to prove that it didn't go the way she's saying it went.
Mm-hmm.
Like she tried to be like smart and make it seem like again like he did this and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's coming across like they're gonna prove otherwise in some way, and that's what all the like postponing is for, because I see her in jail over this.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't know how much time she's gonna do, but they might do manslaughter instead of like they might offer her a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
That she like they might offer her a plea deal of manslaughter. Like that's kind of what it's coming in at. Like it might not be M1 or M2. It might be that because
Yeah.
I keep getting that because it's like a crime of passion in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But she's making it seem like it was something else, and the fact she lied and everything. So she might, because it kind of happened. They might offer her that deal. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of getting that, and she might take it. But I do see her doing jail time for this. For there might be like I don't know if it's like another 5 years. Like there's that she might get out early, but there's another 5 year thing coming up. But next year, like mid-year, I'm getting that like mid-year next year, and that could be like she goes back to court for it, or she gets, that's when you guys have trial or whatever it may be. Something happens mid-year next year. Because they keep telling me like 2025, like there's gonna be something that happens in this case finally. And like I think she's gonna lose custody of her kids for a while.
She needs to.
Yeah. Which I feel like I mean her mom has them, but I feel like they'd be better with parental grandmother for some
Mm-hmm.
reason. But I mean, I don't
They
know if
would.
they want to apply for custody or anything like that because it seems like they're very similar. The mom and the grandma.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, I don't know if that's something that the parental grandparents want to do or someone else in the family file for custody, but I think that it feels like that would be better.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. It's a lot to raise raise kids like that, raise grandkids.
Yeah. Well, the kids were there when it happened,
Yeah,
and they saw it.
that's bad.
Yeah.
I figured because I kept getting a reference to the kids, like,
Yeah.
and they might have them testify, honestly,
Yeah. And
or
she
say
said,
what happened.
yeah, she said that he did it, and the kid said, no, mommy did it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
yeah, and she might blame them for that. That kind of worries me a little bit with them even being around her or her mom for some reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a safe
No.
situation,
No.
especially if she feels like backed into a corner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, does he have a daughter?
Yes, he has a daughter.
Is it a daughter and a son?
Yes.
Okay, because I was getting like one of each, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if the son is the one that likes the motorcycles. Because I get like a rainbow with the daughter, so I don't know if she was like a rainbow baby or if she likes rainbow stuff or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know because nobody sees him because the
Yeah,
won't let her see anybody on
I don't
this side of
know,
the
but
family.
I feel like that was his girl,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes.
like daddy's girl. And
Yes.
there's the boy, like I said, I feel like he likes motorcycles or something because that keeps coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, not saying he rides them, but he might like them or want to ride them or
Mm-hmm.
will one day. Like it, that kind of comes in. So that might be why I was getting it. It might not be dad, it might be the kid.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's
Very
like,
well
that's
could.
my, and he talks about the daughter like that's his princess. Like
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he treated her. I feel like she
Mm-hmm.
was really a daddy's girl.
Yes.
This is like super traumatic for them, and I hope that they're getting the help that they need because I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah. They're not.
Um,
That's what's
yeah, no,
sad. They're not because mom and grandma don't think anything's wrong.
yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying. They would be better off with
sad. Yes.
um, parental family members.
Yes.
That's just the way it's coming across. I don't know if anyone wants to take that responsibility, but it would be better for them in the long run and
Yeah.
better for the mental health, I think.
Yeah.
And
Well,
all around, like, I don't even know if, like, because she's not even stable. Like, I feel if she's backed into a corner, I'm a little concerned
mm-hmm.
with her with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
has that feeling of like family and highlighter, you know what I mean? Like she's
Yes.
got that like sociopathic
Yeah.
tendency there that I'm a little concerned if
Yes.
things don't go her way. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Um
She's very
so
unstable.
yeah, she is. So that's why I mean, she's probably
That's
not gonna if you did petition for it, it should be something that's emergency and something under her nose because it's almost like if she knows you're coming for her kids, then I would worry even more. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? It would
Yes.
have
Yeah.
to be done very stealth, like
Yeah. His brothers has said he wanted the kids, and she quit letting him see them after that.
yeah.
So
Like if he wanted to get them, it needs to be something done very stealth, like if
okay.
possible, if there's even any chance, which there could be,
Yeah. Yeah.
just have to prove they're in an unstable environment. But
Yeah.
he's concerned about that. Like he's
Yeah.
concerned about their well-being. Um
Last we knew, they were living in a motel, so
yeah.
they didn't even have a stable life.
That's what I'm saying. Like if
Yeah.
you can prove it's unstable and do it to where it's like I mean shit. I don't even know. I'd probably call CPS.
Yeah.
That's me. But if you can prove it's unstable and do it like in a stealth like stealth mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just worry if she's like back against the corner, like what she's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Because she thinks she's getting away. She thinks she's getting away with this. Like she
Yes.
thinks all of her, it's almost like all of her scheming. Like she thinks she schemed enough and she's gonna get away with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way
Exactly.
that it's coming across. Do you know where the B comes in at? Is there a B that comes in first, middle, or last?
B. I'm trying to think of the kids' names. Zoe. Man, God, I can't think of the little boy's name. Oh my gosh.
It's all right. I don't even know if
I
it
say it's
fits here.
been so long since we've seen him. Oh, Zach. Zach's
Okay.
his name.
I don't know where that goes then. All right, there's a name repeating, and I don't know if it belongs to you. But do you guys know Michael? First or middle, anywhere?
He has an uncle named Michael.
Alive or
Alive.
okay? I don't know why that's coming in, but it was like repeating, so
Yeah.
I guess just a validation. He's like he's sorry that his family had to go through this situation. Like this was very like traumatic and hard, and like he's sorry he I don't know if you guys who tried to like warn him about her or something. It's almost like I'm sorry I didn't listen because
His
I
mom.
feel like he was in this relationship and she was like trying to warn her like she's crazy, and he was like,
Yeah.
you know, he'd always stick up for her until he kind of started to see things, and then it was like he was stuck and he couldn't get out. But it's like
Yeah.
someone tried to tell him, you know, about her, warn him, and like he didn't listen. So he's sorry for not listening about that. But I
His
feel
mom.
like he's saying like he stayed out for the kids for a long time, and then there was a point where he couldn't do it anymore, and that's when all this happened. When
Yes.
he threatened to leave or was going to leave. There
Yeah.
was like a huge argument over it, and that's what started the whole thing. Was like I'm going to leave. But he was trying to do what was right for the kids because he didn't want it to be like he didn't want to not see his kids.
Yeah.
So it's almost
Well,
like he stayed because he knows that she would have kept them out of like spite, like kept them from him
yes.
out of
Exactly.
spite. And so it feels like that's why he kind of stayed where he was, if that makes sense.
Yes. Total sense.
Okay.
100%.
I mean, he's pretty clear. Like at first it was a little bit of an issue because I was blocking myself a little bit, but he's coming through with a lot of factual stuff. So like he's okay. I don't know. Was there a balloon release or something of that
Yeah.
sort?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's showing me that. He's showing me a balloon release. I feel like when this is over, if you guys want to, there can be some sort of foundation, some sort of change. There's some sort of something that can be done with the way that things happen in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
To protect, it's almost like protect males against like female violence or something of that sort.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if you guys have talked about that, but there's something about either a change in law or a foundation or something like that that you guys might be able to go through with after this is over.
Okay, I'll let his mom know.
That's something that he would really like because he wants this to like heal others, or like change the way that things work.
Yes.
So like his case to like have meaning, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or him to have meaning, I should say.
Yeah.
Like all of this happening, like because he says like this happens more than we realize it, but there's nothing like protecting them. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
there's things that protect the females from domestic violence, but there's not really anything that protects the males in it.
Yes.
It happens, more than we realize. So there's some sort of change in law foundation, something like that. If you guys wanted to do it, after this is all said and done. Was this something that was like bigger? Why do I see like television or like was someone on the news over this or interviewed, or I don't know what this is.
I don't think so. On we've got a page here in town on Facebook, and they had a big ordeal on it, or not ordeal, but big write up on it, and
It feels like
on a Facebook page.
this feels like news though. So I don't know if like when this goes to trial or whatever comes out of it, or there's something about news that's coming in. Like I can see it on a TV screen.
You know what? I think it was on the local news when it happened.
Because almost like I
But
see interviews. I don't know if that's with the family or what, but
yeah,
um,
it's been so long, I don't remember.
there
But
might
I
be
think it was on the.
more. There might be more like that comes out of it. Like um, I don't know. Because is this like a small town or something?
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
It's
it's
not
a.
like a huge city. It's like a
Yeah.
smaller or like suburb or something like that. Like a
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge town, but it's not a small town.
yeah,
And I mean, it's not big as a lot of the other towns. And
yeah.
yeah.
Mm. And I'm also getting a reference to like a birthday coming up or just passed as well.
I don't know when the kids' birthdays are. I would have to check.
Okay.
I'm thinking the little girls in May. I'm thinking, but I'm not positive. I'd have
All
to
right.
find.
Yeah, if you find out, just let me know.
Okay.
He's like sad that they have to grow up without a father and be in the situation that they're in. I feel like he's concerned about like where their life is at now and their well-being and all of that. At the same time, he kind of knows how things happen as they're meant to happen,
Yeah.
but he would just rather than be with like his side of the family.
Yes.
Like that's like his wishes for things. Did she like try to like write up a suicide note or something?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put
Okay.
it past her. I don't. I
Yeah, it's
don't.
almost like I see her sitting down and writing something up like she tried to make it like after the fact. Like um so I don't know if she actually thought about it or went through with it, or if that's something that I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But I see that. So like
But
he shows
I.
me like her sitting down and writing something up. So
Wow.
if she was trying to make it look like that, I could see why she would do that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like she staged it after the fact, but so that's why
Yes.
I'm wondering if she actually did that, because I could see her writing something. I don't know if she started to and threw it away or if she actually did it. Like if you find out if there's something like that, I'd be
Okay.
interested.
Yeah.
Because she tried to like she put the gun in his hand, like
Yes.
she staged everything like after the fact and made it look
Yes.
a certain way. But what was missing is the gunpowder.
Yes.
So it's not gonna fly.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
she
He had.
thought she was being smart anyways. She
Yeah.
didn't think that anybody would think anything of it because he
Yeah.
did have like depression and stuff like that. So she thought she could blame it on that. But this was something that just was festering and festering and festering, and then one day it erupted. Like that's where
Mhm.
it's coming from, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He had no gunpowder on his hands, so they
yeah,
knew he didn't do it.
but I don't think she thought about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
she's trying to cover her ass. So she was trying to think of what she could do to make it look like this. Like, I think she thought of several things, and she knew that he like had depression and stuff, but this was something that like again, that festered and festered and festered, and then one day it just blew up. Like that's basically what happened. But you know, because he hands like red roses to mom, like, you know, sorry for this happening, because I feel like this has been really tragic for everybody, especially for her, because she doesn't get to see her grandkids. You know, she had to deal with this. This is something that's very, very tough and tragic. And I think she wonders, because of how he passed, if he's okay. He's fine.
Good. Yeah, he's not handling it very well.
Yeah. Even though it's been a while, like we said, 5 years, it feels fresh for her. And until she gets that justice or something happens with the case, it's gonna be like that. But he wants her to know. I feel like they were close. Like, it's almost like he goes, I'm mama's boy, and I don't know if she cooks really well or used to cook for him, but there's something about like her food that he liked. Like that's coming in. So I don't know if like when he'd come over, she'd cook for him or something like that. But I feel like, you know, they were close, and he was mama's boy. I don't know if she's, for some reason, I keep seeing bird feeders. So I don't know if she puts out bird feeders. And I just got chills with that, and I didn't think that was going to mean that much. But there's like bird feeders that he keeps showing me that she puts out, but there's specific birds that come. I don't know if it's like a red cardinal or something that's like, yeah. Quit giving me chills. Yeah, you can make the balls light up and not give me chills.
Yeah, these bird feeders that she puts out, and she's every day on Facebook. She's takes a picture and puts it on there of her cardinal on her bird feeder.
Okay, yeah, that's the red card. Like, so that's just validation. That's like he's like sending that. Like, they're not the birds, but they send them.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that came through, because I think she needed that validation. Like, you can always give her this link and have her watch this. And that's, you know, that's for. I mean, you can always come back and watch. You know, as long as you have the link, you can always come back and watch it. But yeah, I think that he wanted to give her that validation, because that's pretty specific.
Oh, yeah, that was dead on. That was cool.
Did someone get like his clothes or his shirts? Where's the t-shirt? Or
I don't
there's
know.
one specific t-shirt that I keep picking up, and I don't know what this is. I mean, it feels like it belongs to him, unless she like wears one that like of something that he liked or something. Or there's shirts with like his face on them. I don't understand.
Oh my god. Yes, they had shirts with his face that they wore the memorial.
Because it was like it was weird how he showed it to me, because it was like, here's a white shirt. This is mine. This is for me. And I'm like, was that his shirt, or is that like, did they? So then he kind of was like showing me his face after that. So he brought it in kind of weird, but yeah. Basically,
exactly.
So again, people wear it for him, and specifically I think she does. Like, it's almost like she wears it all the time or something. Like, I don't know if she's got like multiple ones, but I feel like she has it on a lot. Like, she really wants, and you know what, he's showing me like she needs to push. Like, I know it's hard for her to talk about this and all of that, but it's like she needs to spread awareness. That's what he's talking about. Like, she needs to be like on talk shows, podcasts, whatever, like spread awareness about this, because he feels like his story's not being told, and he wants his story to be told so it can help others. Like, it's like, it's so often that you know, they tell the women to leave and they tell the women to be like this, but they don't ever say that with, you know, men. Like, this needs to be out there, you know, legally okay out there. Like, you know what I mean? Not spreading like facts about the case that could hurt the case, but for some reason I see her like talk shows, YouTube, like podcasts, like that's something he would like. And I don't know if she does it in the future, like after this is all over. I'm not sure. Because it's almost like she shifts after they go to court and after everything. It's almost like she gets some sort of justice and then she shifts who she is and she becomes stronger and she starts like, oh, I'm going to start a foundation. I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk on this. I'm going to talk about this. You know what I mean? Because I keep seeing that. Like, she might even write a book one day. I don't know. I keep getting a reference to like her bringing attention to it, if that makes sense. And him wanting that because he wants his case to help others. Like, that's like who he was on a soul level. Like, he was a good person. He had a good heart. I feel like he would do anything for anybody. And he's still trying to kind of do that out of this tragedy. Like, he wants there to be like a rainbow after the rain kind of thing. Like, because you can't change how things are, but you can try to help others with, you know, experiences. So it's kind of like that's the feeling that's what he's making me feel anyways. He has also shown me a picture of like him like holding his daughter like when she's a baby. So I don't know if mom has one of those pictures or what that's about, but it's like when she's newly born and he's standing there, and I don't know if it's like a family picture. It feels like mom might be in it, but I'm not sure on that. But he's like standing there holding his daughter, like when she's born. Like, there's a picture of that. So I don't know. I don't know if she has one or not. Where is it? I feel like really like the reason why you ended up coming to this was so that he could come through for mom.
Aww.
Does she like flowers or something, or a garden, or it's like I keep seeing like this garden with like a bunch of flowers or roses or something like that. I don't know if that's something she was ever into, or I'm not really sure. But I keep seeing it could be a memorial garden she does one day. I don't know, but it's like I see a garden with like it's mostly roses. So
okay, I'll find out.
Flowers and stuff. Yeah, but he says, can you just let her know like how much I love her, please? That's what he said.
I will.
And that I'm sorry that everything happened this way and that she has to deal with this as a human. Like, he understands it from his perspective, but he knows that us as humans have a harder time with it because we miss their human side and their humanity of them being here. But, you know, he wants her to know that like he's okay where he is. He's fine. Because I don't know if I feel like she worries about that. And he says, like, I'm all right. I'm fine. I promise. Like, if you can imagine the most wonderful place on earth, or the most, not even on earth, the most wonderful place you could ever imagine,
Yes.
paradise, that's where he's at, doing whatever he wants to do. Whatever. Did he like to fish or something like that? There's fishing that's coming in. Okay. Ask mom.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's coming in, like if he liked to fish or something. He keeps showing me a rainbow. For some reason I feel like she'll see a rainbow or something. But yeah, he's like blowing kisses and stepping back into the light. So I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wasn't expecting that.
I wouldn't either. I didn't know
But
who to come through, but that's okay.
they always
Mhm.
they always surprise in that way. I don't know.
But that's okay. She needed that.
Yeah, she did.
She needs us.
She did. She did need it. So, you know, like I said, have her watch this. I'm sure. I think it was around right before 4 hours or something like that. Like
Okay.
3.5, something like that. But yeah. I think it'll help her, like the validation with the birds, especially.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So okay.
But
I
you're
can't
fine.
do anymore. I've had it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope it
Appreciate
was
you.
helpful.
Yeah, it
All
was
right.
great. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Have a good one.